Trent Bradshaw with Bradshaw Financial Planning and Mind Your Money. Today is February the 7th, 2022. We're coming to you around lunchtime here, and ultimately what we want to talk about today is volatility that's returned into the market, and then also touch on interest rates and kind of talk a little bit about what some of the Fed board members are saying in regards to that and how it's impacting the market. All right, let's jump right in. Let's talk about some of the headlines that we're seeing in regards to interest rates right now. Ultimately, there's predictions of anywhere from 4 to maybe 7 rate hikes. I think Bank of America is one of the investment firms that's predicting 7 rate hikes this year, which is very, very aggressive. They're doing that to potentially combat against inflation, but ultimately there's been some Fed board members that have come out and stated that they're going to be a little bit more patient potentially. Look at where the coronavirus pandemic's heading, look at where inflation's heading, and really relying on the data to determine if they're going to increase rates at a more aggressive pace or not. But again, when seeing 7 potential rate hikes in this environment, we personally think that would be pretty damaging to the market. Talked about volatility. Volatility is definitely back. You know, we saw a 10 to 15% correction depending on what index you were looking at during the month of January, and that subsided a little bit after a Fed board member came out, I believe it was on January 28th, and again said they were going to be more data dependent, maybe a little bit more patient, and look at where things are at before they determine how aggressive they're going to be. The market loves to hear that. So ultimately the market's rebounded a little bit from that point. We do think the majority of the movement of the market is going to be related to the Fed. We've had earnings. Earnings have been actually pretty decent. But then we've seen some companies, some big tech companies that have come in with some very tough numbers. And of course, some of the largest companies, one of them, which everybody knows about, Facebook, was pounded for about 25% on the downside. That's very unusual to see, but it definitely has an impact on the market. But ultimately, we think going forward, if they do become data dependent, they're a little bit more patient on rates, the market will be fine. But if they get too aggressive, it could be a bad thing. We'll be back with updates in regards to what's happening with interest rates and what we're potentially doing with the portfolios. But this is Trent Bradshaw with Bradshaw Financial Planning and Mind Your Money. Look forward to seeing you soon and talking with you soon. Join us on social media so we can bring those updates to you. Thank you.